Hi, my name is Dylan Geigler. I'm in a group with Max, Evan, Kate, and Anna. And we're kind of just going to reflect on the year one, what we found in year one, what we thought went well, and what we thought didn't went well, and kind of how we used the business case as a model and how we should have kind of used it more, right? So to kind of go into what we thought we could have done better, I think we lowballed prices too much, which led to small margins, right? So to kind of go over what did we actually do, we created two sellable year one products. We created two other products for year two and year three. So kind of a lot of money in R&D went to that. We had 8.54 million in revenue. We captured 34% of the market. We had a 48.7% profit margin, and our share prices was 2.13. So kind of reflecting on lowballing the prices, right? We in the auto industry we made one product that sold for $12, and for the mobile industry, we made one that sold for $5. So we decided to have a product for both industries, and they were kind of suited towards the lower end of the prices there, but also while still having solid product with good numbers in that product, and kind of right reflecting on that, we sold both products at the lowest price to the biggest consumer base in order to kind of make sure that we had a safe floor in terms of revenue and market share in order to set us up well for year two and year three. So kind of what we were told, right? Reflecting on the business case, Fred said the customers are willing to pay between $1 and $35. And the lower and upper bounds of price sensitivity changes, as well as Fred told us mobile customers are more price sensitive and auto customers are more sensitive about the image sensors quality, right? So what would we change based on what we know and kind of reflecting on this, right? I think we would sell auto targeted products at a higher price point, maybe roughly $17. That's what it could look like. And I think this would really help for our profit margins as well as making sure that we kind of produce good revenue in order to kind of put us in a better place going forward. And so I think also another thing is issue less shares to improve share price. I think that was something that we struggled with and something we can improve going forward because that would help our share price increase by having less shares that we sold. I think spending less capital on R&D, maybe what that could look like is maybe not spending so much money on R&D for a year three product and kind of focusing on that in year two. And then as well as focus more attention on what the business case is outlining. I think this is really important. It's kind of evident in kind of what we were told in outlining that. Yeah, so now the fun part, right? What do we do well? I think we had two products, and I think it really helped us to limit the risk, right? So we really captured, I think that's super evident in capturing, right, 34% of the market. It's because we had a product in both the auto and the mobile. And kind of the rationale behind this, right, is that we wanted to make sure that we could hedge the market here and understand that if all of our competitors decide to go right into the auto industry, we would have that market share, that strong market share in the mobile industry. And so kind of what we were told and why we thought of this, right? The auto industry initially had 1.82 million in demand, whereas the mobile segment had 4 million. But looking at that, the auto industry also was more expensive and we were getting better margins off of that, whereas the mobile industry was not as expensive and the margins weren't as good. So I think we saw, okay, there's benefits to both. What can we do here to kind of minimize our risk into year one? And as well as auto had 10% more growth per year over the first 3 years than mobile. So kind of going off this, right, we were told these two things here, or 2 to 3 things, and from the business case, and we kind of reflected on this and learned from this and realized, okay, this is how we should hedge what we think.